The first time he showed up at my door with that kid in his arms, I thought it was some kind of sick joke. By the time I realized it wasn't, it was already too late because my heart had started sprinting like it had somewhere important to be, and apparently that place was him. Ethan wasn't supposed to be here. My alpha cousin, with his annoying perfect jawline and that stupid, easy smile, was supposed to be back in Chicago running his fancy fitness studio, not standing in my small San Diego apartment looking like he belonged in a movie. And yet here he was, babysitting for his sister-me aunt's daughter because she'd taken an emergency work trip. And apparently, fate had decided my apartment was the perfect crash pad. "Hey," Ethan said, that one syllable somehow managing to sound like both a casual greeting and a challenge. He was holding Liam, 5 years old, bright eyes, permanent mischief machine in one arm while his other hand rested in his pocket like he owned the place. "You could have texted before showing up," I muttered, stepping aside. "Didn't think you'd mind," he replied, brushing past me like we'd done this 1,000 times before. The smell of his cologne clean, woodsy lingered in the air, teasing. Liam grinned at me like he knew every embarrassing secret I'd ever had. "Hi, Uncle Noah. Are you gonna help take care of me too?" I glanced at Ethan. "You didn't tell me I'd be on duty." He smirked. "Consider it bonding time." That first night, I tried to keep my distance. Ethan took the couch. Liam had the guest room, and I locked myself in my bedroom pretending to scroll on my phone while actually listening to their laughter through the walls. I told myself it didn't matter, that whatever fluttery feeling I got from the sound of Ethan's laugh was just nostalgia. We'd grown up together close enough that people sometimes joked we were brothers, but then college happened, life happened, and we barely saw each other. But nostalgia doesn't make your hands shake when you pass someone a mug of coffee in the morning. Nostalgia doesn't make you stare too long when he's wearing sweatpants and stretching on your living room floor. By day 3, Liam had already started saying things like, "You and Uncle Ethan are like my dads, right?" Which I laughed off, but Ethan just smiled. He didn't correct him. One rainy Thursday it happened. The power went out just before dinner. Liam was in the middle of a meltdown about not being able to watch his cartoon, so Ethan pulled him onto the couch, draped a blanket over all 3 of us, and started telling some ridiculous story about a pirate who stole the moon. I was wedged against him, close enough to feel the heat of his body, close enough to notice that he smelled like cinnamon from the apple pie we'd shared earlier. Halfway through the story, our eyes met, and in that quiet, candlelit moment, with Liam dozing off between us, I felt something dangerous settle in my chest. The days after blurred into a strange mix of ordinary and electric. Grocery runs where our hands brushed reaching for the same carton of milk. Late-night dishwashing where he flicked suds at me just to see me laugh. Long conversations after Liam went to bed, where we talked about things we'd never told anyone else. But the tension was like a live wire between us. I kept telling myself not to cross it. He was my cousin. He was only here temporarily. This was dangerous in too many ways. Then came Saturday. Liam had been invited to a birthday party, and I drove him there while Ethan stayed behind to catch up on work. When we got back, I found him in the kitchen, sleeves rolled up, hair a little messy, making dinner. He looked up, and his face lit up in a way that made me forget how to breathe. Liam, of course, had no filter. "Uncle Noah, Uncle Ethan made pasta for you because he missed you." Ethan shot him a look, but it was too late. Me cheeks were already burning. We ate dinner like nothing was unusual, but afterward, when Liam was in the shower, Ethan cornered me in the hallway. "You're avoiding me," he said. "I'm not. You are." His voice was low, steady. "Why?" I swallowed. "Because this is complicated." He stepped closer. "It doesn't have to be." For a long moment we just stood there, breaths mingling. Then Liam's voice called from the bathroom, breaking whatever spell had been building. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying every glance, every accidental touch, every word that might have meant more. And I realized I was already in too deep. The breaking point came a week later, when Liam got sick. Fever, chills, the whole package. Ethan and I took turns sitting by his bed, reading to him, wiping his forehead. Sometime around midnight, Ethan fell asleep in the chair, head tilted toward me, and I couldn't help reaching out, just brushing my fingers along his jaw. His eyes fluttered open, catching me in the act. He didn't say anything, just leaned forward, closing the gap between us, and kissed me. Soft, cautious, like he was giving me a chance to pull away. I didn't. When we finally broke apart, both of us were breathing hard. "Okay," he whispered. "Now it's complicated." Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.